Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the People's Pundit podcast. This episode is titled Our Season So Far, for Chelsea fans, of course. But others are, of course, welcome as always. Now, I'm here to tell you guys, do not panic. Whatever happens, don't panic about our start to the season. I'm on Instagram, I'm on social media, and I'm seeing Chelsea fans calling for Lampard to be sacked, and he's out of his depth. It is ridiculous, and it's so premature, it's unbelievable. And during this podcast, I'm going to explain to you why that is the case. First of all, we started away at Brighton, who isn't going to be an easy game as it is. We saw that with Man United. And we managed to win 3-1. All right, it was a shaky performance. But we showed character and we got the win. So that's fine. Then we played Liverpool, the champions of England. We were holding them 0-0 up until Christensen got sent off. And then obviously, with 10 men against the champions, you're going to lose. And then from that game, that was it. I'm hearing everyone saying, oh, it shows how far Chelsea are. Even pundits on Sky Sports. They're saying it just shows Chelsea ain't ready. What a load of rubbish. Let's be honest. We were in the game. Okay, we weren't doing anything in the game. We were just sitting back. And Liverpool had one shot on target in the first half. One. So the tactics were working. Again, do not forget, we started this season with still the same defence as last season. Alonso was there. Pretty much everyone was still there from last season. So there was no changes. And that was our big problem last year. So the Liverpool game, I don't even take anything from it, apart from the fact that we actually were still in the game at 0-0. And we held them to 0-0 up until the red card, and you're going to lose after that. So I'm not worried about that whatsoever. Then, obviously, you've got the West Brom game. Now, that was a joke, let's be honest. The beginning of that game was a joke. But again, look at it from the bigger picture. These things do not happen because Alonso was on the pitch. He's not going to be on the pitch because now we've got Ben Chilwell playing. So it's all kind of like, you have to look at it in perspective. Don't panic. It's not going to be a bad season at all. Trust me on that one. And Alonso could do one, basically. He's not going to be playing much this season. And where he makes that mistake, it becomes a domino effect. The confidence is lost straight away. But you have to take the positives from this game. Look what happened in the second half. So the players are still rallying behind Lampard because obviously when he got him in the dressing room, what happened? He must have had a fit at all of them. I heard he went mad at Alonso. And then second half, we come out, we get the draw. So from such a bad first half performance to get a draw at the end, for me, I'm very happy with that. That's a positive, obviously. And the Carabao Cup, I'll quickly touch on that because I don't know why everyone again is going a bit crazy over that. It was Spurs' B team versus Chelsea's not B team, but listen, our team should have won. Let's not get that. Let's not mistake that for anything. But it wasn't our strongest team. It wasn't their strongest team by any stretch. It was a draw in the 90 minutes. And they won on penalties. Penalties is anyone's game. So do not panic. I'm hearing it from everyone and it's starting to wind me up a bit. Lampard is not out of his depth in any way, shape or form. I'll give you a quick example. Last year, it wasn't his team, if we're honest. It was, well, not if we're honest, it's the facts. It wasn't his team. He had to come in, couldn't make any signings, you know the rest. He was the first manager in Pep Guardiola's history as a manager to make Pep Guardiola have less than 50% at home. You don't do that if you're not a good manager. So have faith and trust the process. Now we're going to move on to our squad. Now, the squad now is pretty much almost ready. There may be one more arrival. It's between two players now, Declan Rice and Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid. If they come in, it's a bonus. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. I'm very happy with our squad. They are looking like they're all coming back from injury now. We've got the international break right now, so Ziyech will be fit after that to play. Pulisic has just played against Palace for the last 10-15 minutes of the game. So that already, he'll be back. Our squad is now coming together. The formation Lampard wants to play is going to now be seen for the rest of the season. And the players that he wants to play are going to be there for the rest of the season. With luck. Obviously, you do get injuries. But the simple fact is, we haven't actually seen Chelsea in the 2021 season. Simple. So everyone talking about writing Chelsea off, they're going to struggle for this, they're going to struggle. How do you know? No one knows yet what Chelsea is going to be like. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we're going to go for a title push because the players we've got in, I have so much faith in Lampard anyway. So with the players he's got in as well now, the formation he's going to play, I'm telling you, my prediction is we are going to go for a title push. Luckily, we're not so far behind the other teams around us in terms, okay, maximum we're going to be behind them is 5 or 6 points this early on. But now we've got our team together. So we're going to have our full strength team after the international break. So I feel sorry for teams like Tottenham, teams like Arsenal, teams like United who haven't got enough of a gap around us, above us, I mean, for us to close, because they've had their full squads and they're only that much ahead of us, maybe 1 or 2 points, if they are ahead of us, let's say. So, again, I'm feeling positive for that. I'm going to talk about our new signings. So, obviously, you've got your Thiago Silva, your Edouard Mendy, Ben Chilwell, Havertz, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, and Hakim Ziyech. Obviously, you have the youngsters that we signed as well, which is Sarr and Mbayamba. Them two, I'm not really going to talk about because they're not really going to feature this season. I'll start and go. Now, Mendy, for me, I looked into him a little bit before he was signed for us because there was links. So I watched him a bit. I watched obviously YouTube videos. He looks good. The only thing I do worry about with him is he's positioning in terms of when to come out of goal and when to stay in goal. He's sweeper, keeper type of role that Neuer does so well. Other than that, I'm happy with him so far. He's played against Spurs. He's played against Palace. Conceded 1 goal. The Spurs one he couldn't do nothing about. It was 5 minutes, 5 yards from the goal, and Lamela scored. So, other than that, I'm very happy with him. Then you're going to go with Thiago Silva. Now, forget the slip. Every footballer slips every now and then. It doesn't. That's nothing. He's played 2 games for us: the West Brom game and the Palace game. The West Brom game, like I say, he slipped. Other than that, not one thing I could fault him for. And in the Palace game, unbelievable, done everything right, won every header, won every duel, played with composure, intercepted, anticipated. He was exactly what we brought him in for, leader at the back. So again, over the moon with that. I'm going to move on to the left back position, Ben Chilwell. Frank, thank you. Thank you for bringing this guy in, because look what he showed in 1 game against Palace. He showed he can help the defence keep a clean sheet. He showed his attacking ability by scoring a goal and by creating a goal. There's not much more of a perfect debut. There's not much more you can ask for in a new signing than what you got there from Ben Chilwell. Moving forward now, you've got Kai Havertz. Again, he started the first 2 games and I'm hearing people talking about flop, comparing him to Pepe. First of all, let's never ever compare him with Pepe. Pepe is the biggest flop for the amount of money he cost. Havertz is not going to be a flop, and he's proven it already by the performances after those first 2 games. The first 2 games, he was playing wide right. So, and one of them he got pulled off at halftime because of the red card from Christensen. So you have to look at those things. You write those games off. Now the formation is how Lampard wants it and how Kai Havertz likes to play, which is dropping him from the free role in the number 10 role and able to roam left and right. He's been one of our most important players. He's been getting the ball, opening the game up. But what I love more about him as well, he actually breaks up the opposition's play. I didn't expect that from him, but he's actually doing very well in that role. He's managing to stop the other teams from playing. He can tackle. He's a bit dirty, but I like that. That's what you need at Chelsea. But yeah, I mean, for me, Kai Havertz, I haven't even got one inkling of worry with him. He's gonna be immense for us. Same with Timo Werner. Again, I don't feel sorry for him because he can play on the left, but he's better going through the middle. So again, once we've got all our players fit, Pulisic has just come back today. Ziyech will be back after the international break. So once they've all got in their positions, Werner will take up his position in the middle. And I don't think there's anyone out there that doubts his ability. You can see it already. Took his goal well against Spurs in the Cup. So yeah, nothing to worry about with him. Hakim Ziyech, we're going to talk about him, although we haven't seen him in a Chelsea shirt, apart from the friendly with Brighton, which he did get injured. But look at the pass he played there. So yeah, I mean, he's someone that the public, everyone, no one's really spoken about. But once he comes back after the international break, you guys are going to see how important he will be with that creativity pass, that pass to play it through the lines. And then you're going to have players like Werner, Pulisic, Havertz running on. Honestly, I'm so excited when I talk about Chelsea and think about him going forward this season. Trust me, guys. He is going to be part of that attack and be an integral part, 100%. That's all the signings anyway for now, guys. If we do get any more signings before the 5th of October, I'll definitely be doing a quick review on those as well. Right, I'm going to talk about the last game before the international break, which was Palace. We won 4-0 in the end. That is exactly what I wanted to see from Chelsea. When I saw the lineup and the formation, I got excited instantly. I put it all over my socials because I knew straight away this is what we've been waiting for in terms of the formation, the personnel, the way we was going to play. It was evident from the first 5 minutes. We controlled the game. Palace, quick side note, it shows that teams look at Chelsea as a bigger threat than these other big teams, because they played teams like United the other day, and they actually went forward. They attacked United. When they play us, they sit back. They're worried about us, which is good. It shows that we're above the Uniteds. And I've always said it anyway for the last few years. We're above Uniteds, the Arsenals, Tottenhams. So it shows that these teams, I'm not going to say lower because Palace are a decent side, but these teams that aren't really there, they worry about us a lot more. They sit back a lot more. So I'm glad that they did do that. It proves to me that they're worried and they respect us more than they respect Man United. But yeah, so with them sitting back, it was hard for us to find gaps. They were doing very well, to be fair to them. Defensively, we had no troubles, nothing to worry about. There was confidence at the back. There was composure in the midfield. First half was what it was. It was just Chelsea attacking, Palace sitting back. Once again, the half-time break. Lampard, I'm telling you guys, at half-time, he must give them all the hairdryer treatment, because he literally, every time after half-time Chelsea come out, they score goals. This was another example. Straight after half-time, we go 1-0 up. And it's because we're still attacking, but this time they're all trying to look to create gaps, and they find gaps. And it was exactly what Lampard's obviously asked for, what the fans are asking for, and you can't ask for more than that, really. From that moment on, it's a question of whether we can maintain the lead, because we've seen it far too much with Chelsea. We go 1-0 up, and then our game plan changes. We sit back, but today we didn't. Palace did try to come at us for the first 5 minutes after our first goal. They did try to come forward, but then that was it. After that, pushed them back, and we took control again, and the game was ours from then onwards. So it's showing the maturity. It's showing that Lampard's game plan's working with the players, because the players are the players he wants to be there. You can tell Alonso all day long to do this and that, but it's Alonso at the end of the day. He can only do what he can do. So things like that, you need to realise. It's not Lampard being out of his depth. It's not Chelsea who spent 200 million, what a waste. It's simply because he hasn't had that opportunity yet. Today he had the opportunity. He started 4 or 5 of his new signings for the first time. And we've still got Ziyech to come back. Pulisic, he's not a new signing, but he's going to be playing every week. So again, trust me and trust the process. Right, I'm going to talk about the games that we've got to come after the international break. We've got Southampton, Man United and Burnley in our first 3 games. For me, I strongly think we can take all 9 points. Southampton, they went 1-0 up against Spurs, just a quick example. And they continue playing the same game plan, which was the high line. Credit to Jose Mourinho. He must have learned that at Chelsea. But he played that. He saw that they were playing the high line. So for every single opportunity they got, they played it in behind, and they got the goals that they deserved, really. So if Southampton play anything like that, and we can work them out early, there's no reason for us not to get the 3 points. Man United, Chelsea Man United is obviously always a big game. Fun fact, Chelsea are the only club in the Premier League to beat Man United more than Man United have beaten them. So basically, head-to-head, Man United have got a better head-to-head record than with every other club except Chelsea. So you could say we're a bit of a bogey team, or you could just say we're better than them. But I expect we could beat those as well. Defensively, they're not great. And then you've got Burnley. Haven't started the season well at all. So hopefully that's a bit of a routine win for us as well. Pulisic, another hat-trick would be lovely. If you remember, that's where he got his first hat-trick. So yeah, all in all, I'm very excited about the future for Chelsea this year. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say we are going to push for a title challenge. Trust me. Anyway, guys, if you've enjoyed this, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Find me. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Come on the Chelsea! And that just about brings us to the end of another episode of the People's Pundit podcast. If you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have, don't panic. Subscribe and you'll never have to miss another episode again. Like and share, or if you're feeling extra generous, leave me a 5-star review. And if you have something to say, don't be shy, just get in contact via Instagram or Facebook at The People's Pundit. And I look forward to putting you in your place. See you on the next one, guys. Come on the Chelsea.